Well, welcome back. This is Joe Blasco, and today on Spotlight on Success, our show is originating from Orlando, Florida. And as I said in my introduction, we have a wonderful, very beautiful young lady who is an expert in skincare and skincare manufacturing. And in fact, dates way back 4 generations into her family, and that young lady is sitting right to my right, Miss Helen Noble. Helen, thank you so much. You have a very busy schedule, and Helen has come all the way from Naples, Florida today to be with us. And I remember driving through Naples, and I don't know why I didn't settle there. It was such a beautiful place to be. How long have you been there?
About 5 years, and you're right, it is idyllic, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I understand you have a condo near the beach, and you're living a vacation lifestyle. Isn't that wonderful? Let's talk about your skincare. How did your skin is absolutely flawless. It's gorgeous. So I can see that, the results of the skincare. We have people on the show that do makeup, that do hair, that do skincare. And I've been lucky enough to have some really wonderful skincare people on. And what I like to do is I like to use the skincare products from each of these people, their companies, for about a month or so to get to know and to see which ones I like the best. And and did you see the Tom Kish interview?
I sure did.
That's the one. Greg Canham called me and said to me, can you imagine Greg Canham, 2-time Academy Award winning makeup artist, calls me and he says, I turned on MUA TV and I thought that I was watching someone being embalmed. So it looked as though I was on the mortician's table there having a procedure. And it really did. It looked really bizarre, but it was a funny interview. But it was a very, very wonderful, in-depth look into pharmaceutical skincare preparations. And this fellow, this Tom Kish, is kind of like a doctor. I call him a mad doctor. I hope he's not offended. But I've been now for about 3 weeks using Tom's skincare. So today we're going to talk about Bella Crema. All right? And we're going to switch from Tom's skincare over to your skincare, and I'm going to give your skincare a try for a few weeks. I've been very happy with the results of his products, and the thing that I find really interesting for all you folks out there is now you've seen all of the other companies that have come in, the people that have come in, and they all have a tremendous amount of products. A big inventory of products. This beautiful young lady has 2 products.
1 cream and 1 mask.
1 cream and 1 mask. And I've looked at these products, and they're very interesting. Their texture is very unique. We're going to be examining these products in just a second. But let's talk about your family. Now, you say, and if I may remove my glasses, because Dr. George Semmel told me it makes me look old. So that's what but I can't see without them, George, so give me a break. So I understand that your products go all the way back 4 generations. So who in your family actually researched and developed these skincare products?
Well, it was, I had a great-grandmother who she was known throughout her area that they lived in, and she was a healer, and she had developed these formulations. It was, she tended her garden, she was well-read, she created her formulas, but she also had these formulas that were passed down to her. And so this was this healing family. Well, then fast forward into, the 20th century.
Right.
Everyone was scientists and physicians.
Yes,
So,
in your family.
yes.
Interesting. And they took these formulas and improved upon them.
They took them, they improved upon them, but more importantly, they proved the healing anti-inflammatory benefits.
Yes.
So I had, we were always using these products in the family, and I remember being young and using them, and then after I was...
You're still young.
Oh, that's true.
She remembers being young. Honey, wait till you're sitting on this side of the chair. Then you can make a claim like that. Not until then.
But if you would see my daughters, you would know. But no, so I would use these products on myself, and I would use them on my children. And if my friends had, psoriasis or dermatitis or anything like that, I would share them. And time went on, and
So, but you had these products. You knew how to make them, but they were not being mass manufactured yet. You were using them for yourself. So you were making these in your kitchen, or how were you making these products?
I was, I'd either be making them in my kitchen, or I would, when I was in Europe visiting with family, I would go down to the pharmacy, the neighborhood pharmacy, and I would have them compound it for me.
Yes.
So that it would have a better texture.
And what part of Europe are your family from?
Well, at the time, Eastern Europe, so it was Serbian. And then everyone started moving. Of course, everyone started moving westward.
Yes.
So really, it was in Munich, Germany, that we would, that I would go home to family, and that I would get the products, take them back home with me to the U.S. And but they were always in their rough form.
Yes.
And I just had this burning desire my whole life, really, to be in the beauty business.
Yes.
And wasn't for a very long time. And then I started thinking that, products out there weren't achieving the benefits that I wanted.
Yes.
And
Tell me what those benefits are. What did you want?
I wanted good health for my skin and for my friend's skin. Mm-hmm. And so I knew that, I knew that the family secret was healthy, was anti-inflammatory, was of benefit. So I started using it on my face, and the elasticity had suddenly improved, and my lines were smoothening, and just my face was lifting, firming, looking brighter. But best of all, I was getting compliments. So,
just as she did today when I saw her for the first time.
Yes,
she is really a very lovely young lady, and your skin really does very much complement your line, and vice versa.
Well, thank you for that. So I started sharing it, and shared it with friends and friends of friends, and everyone had the same benefits. So I knew it was time to step up.
Anti-inflammatory. What is it in the product that removes inflammation in the skin?
It's a synergistic blend, really and truly. There isn't an active ingredient. It's just a synergistic, wonderful blend of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that your skin really craves.
Yes. Now today you have the vitamins and the minerals and the antioxidants. Were these carried back forward 4 generations, or were they compounding it differently then? Is this new? Because back then, obviously, they didn't have the technology or the understanding of all of these wonderful ingredients as we do today, or the availability of these ingredients.
But they did. In many ways they did, because they knew, they understood. We're made up, we're an electrical and magnetic field.
Yes.
And they understood how minerals from the earth worked.
Yes.
How certain vitamins, when they would extract them, how they would work and what they would do for your body. So all of this technology that we think is new, no, a lot of it, the good stuff, still dates back.
So what you're saying then is, and I do agree with this, is that we have discovered that what they were using contained antioxidants and vitamins. And they were probably using herbal ingredients and various, ingredients that they would derive from plant extracts and whatnot. And so today we know what those ingredients are comprised of, so we see them written on the labels. But back then, they simply understood from having used them what the benefits were without really probably even knowing what was that particular or those particular ingredients that were being active ingredients.
In a lot of ways, that's true. But also, you know, they were really in touch. They came at everything from a self-healing perspective.
Right.
So whereas we look at things and we see them very commercially,
Yes.
back then, the most important thing was to self-heal.
Yes.
Because you didn't want to, I mean, they were as vain as we are.
I remember my grandmother. I think she was even a little more vain than I remember most people today. But maybe that's why I've gotten the chutzpah, so to speak, to do what I'm doing here. It all comes down through the family. You know, I honestly, I understand everything that you're saying. I do agree with you 100%. And but again, I must say that I am astounded by the fact that there are only two items in your line. And but I see that what you're claiming is that this is really all you need. That you don't need to have a huge wide line of products, because apparently what you have in this cream is formulated in such a way as that it works as an eye cream, as a throat cream, as a moisturizer. And I would think that it would help to regenerate the skin and resurface the skin. So let's talk about this. And this is Bella Crema. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Bella Crema.
Bella Crema in Italian. That means beautiful cream, or the cream beautiful.
But in Eastern European, it means pure.
Pure.
Pure cream, Bella.
Bella.
As in white.
Excellent, excellent. So let's take a look here. And this is, now what I noticed is, it is, so look at this. It's not going anywhere, all right? That's not going anywhere. This is very viscous. It has absolutely no fragrance whatsoever. So that to me is an accomplishment, because most companies will use fragrance to mask whatever ingredients they have that's in there that may be active or otherwise, or they will have the vehicle, the oils and the waxes and whatnot, that will give off the aroma that they have naturally. That this has no aroma of any kind. How do you accomplish that?
It's pure and it's subtle, and there are no synthetics, and it is, and that's really why, Joe, that I say use it as your eye cream and use it as your neck cream. It really lends the same benefits. It's a very luxurious.
Now, what I'm seeing here, it's incredibly luxurious.
Yes.
It's very, very viscous, but yet it liquefies, and you can feel it. You can feel it penetrating,
absorbing.
You can actually, and there's a cooling, and it feels medicinal. It feels actually quite good. And I can see where this would be not only a great moisturizer of sorts, but it would also be fantastic as a base for makeup, for foundation.
Most definitely. Now, you see, a little goes a long way.
Well, I can see
so
that.
You definitely put a little too much there.
I'm the old school, you know.
No,
a little
no
bit is
need.
good, a lot is a lot better. Doesn't work with this one, does it?
No, a little goes a long way.
Whoa, I almost, if I didn't have my jacket on, it would go all the way up to my elbow. That's terrific, Helen. All right, I love the color. I love the look of the container. Obviously, the product is excellent. You know what? There's no oily feel to it whatsoever.
Exactly. Even though you see this shine at first,
Yes.
you know, maybe because it's such a classic
Yes.
formulation,
Yes.
you look at this and you'll say, oh my, it's shiny, so it
Yes.
must be oily.
Yes.
Not at all.
Yeah, no,
it
no.
has this richness to it that you feel immediately. And I have to say this, when people use the products, they not only look fabulous, they not only look good, but they really do, it makes them feel good.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, if you look good, you know, you're going to feel good. if you look into the mirror and you see the results, being very positive results, as you would in the case of using the Bella Crema, you're gonna feel better knowing that you look good, and that's that's psychological, the basis for doing good makeup, and also if you have good skincare, you don't have to do as much makeup. You have to use as much makeup. Your makeup, by the way, our makeup artist here did such a beautiful job on you. It's very, very natural, real natural. But what I'm so impressed with is the way the makeup is sitting on your skin, and I haven't seen that with any of the other skincare products. This has produced a layer, so to speak, or a film that has somewhat resurfaced your skin, and is giving you a very continuously, beautifully smooth application of foundation, which is very, very nice. And I think that this is something that I am definitely going to experiment with in some of our future makeup demos. So you're going to be seeing me using Bella Crema as a moisturizer and a pre-foundation cream, and you'll see how well this works. It's really very impressive. So now, how can this also be a moisturizer and an eye cream, a throat cream, and a regenerative collagen building type of product all in one jar? How is that?
Well, absolutely, because what's the main goal, the mission of the cream really is to strengthen your skin.
Yes.
and give you optimal cellular regeneration.
Yes.
But without any harsh effects,
Yes.
purely from a nurturing
Yes.
point of view. So, and when Nicole was doing my makeup back there, she was even saying how the eye makeup was going on so smoothly and so fluidly. And it is because as an eye cream, that really does, it strengthens the delicate skin around your eye.
Yes.
It also, you can use it. You can use it in the crease here.
Yes.
Certainly don't get it in your eye, but
Yes, yes.
but it is so gentle.
Is
You
there
can
a problem
use it.
if you get it in the eye? Is there anything in the product that would not be good for the eye, or
In terms of would it sting and that kind of
yes,
thing?
yes.
It probably won't. No, it won't sting.
Yes.
But you don't want
You
a
don't-
cream in your
right,
eye.
Right, right. But let me ask you this. Let's go into another direction. There's so many. Now I notice that you're recycling. Your packaging is your package. I don't see the actual cartons that you use. Do you use cartons for these, or are you using recycled materials for this?
This is recycled material.
Yes.
All the jars are.
This is good because this is very much what is required today by skincare and makeup companies, to use recycled material as much as possible.
And I had a beautiful carton design.
Yes.
And I took, I had all that packaging designed, and I thought, no, why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I
Yeah.
invest in those
Right.
trees?
This is terrific.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Yeah, this is terrific. This is all you need. And now, tell me about cruelty-free. Is your company a cruelty-free company? Do you not test on animals?
I always see that terminology, and it is so important.
Yes.
But I have to say, this is so healthy
Yes.
and gentle.
You could put it all over your dog.
All over your dog at home, and I am serious. So how funny is that?
I'm great. I should have brought my dogs in today.
I'm telling you. So,
Roll over, Rudy. I'm going to rub this on your belly.
and that's what's always so funny to
This
me
is great.
is when they talk about cruelty.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're putting it on our
Right,
skin.
exactly.
What's the
Yeah, what's that? Right. Well, you don't want to be cruel to the poor little animals, that don't like. So why are they putting this on me? So what it refers to is really like the people who manufacture shampoos
Of
and
course.
cream rinses and whatnot. They put this into rabbits' eyes and things, But I think my dogs would really appreciate being lathered up with these products. These are really terrific. It's such a treat having you here today.
Oh, thank
I really needed to have a wonderful guest with a great product that is so beautiful and so inspiring. And you've come from Naples, right? And it's a long drive to all the way from Naples and I really appreciate your coming here today. And I want, we're going to talk about the rest of these products in a second, but we're going to put up at the end of the show Helen's information, and all of you all over the world, and we now have over 4,000 viewers daily watching MUA TV. That's right, you're out there being fruitful and multiplying, and I really appreciate it. And what I'd like you to do is to be sure that you write down all of Helen's information and give this a try. It's just 2 products. It's you know, what could it hurt, right? And you're going to be very, very pleasantly inspired by the results that you get. All right, and the one is it's called One Cream and One Mask. Now we've talked about the cream, and the cream seems to be a do-all type of cream that is a definite must, and it would fit beautifully into a makeup case, just one product like that. And what about this mask? Tell me about the mask.
Take a look at the texture.
Wow.
There is nothing like it out there, and it is so natural.
Now this has a medicinal aroma to it, but very pleasant, very faint.
Is it peppermint?
Yes.
Aha.
Yes. Yeah, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. Ooh. Oh my.
Isn't that luxurious?
It really, you know what this is like? It's like a mousse. It's like a mousse. I just want to get a spoon, you know? This is amazing. This is really great. Now, when we apply this, I'm going to have the most beautiful back of hands here. Here we go. And we apply this.
And really, all you need is a very light layer.
Yeah, not like I did. All right. All right, now we'll spread it out so we have a nice light layer there. Now we have a nice light layer. Now tell me, what can I expect of this? What's going to happen? Is this going to harden up, solidify? Is it going to pull all of the bad things out of the skin?
Exactly. And really, this is such a wonderful at-home, call it your at-home spa treatment. And in between spa visits,
Right.
this is what you'll use. And
Yes.
boy, it makes every esthetician out there look good
Yes.
when you use
Yes.
this in between. And what you'll feel is, and particularly you'll feel it when you use it on your face.
Yes, yes.
You can feel it's almost like hands-on.
Yes.
And you know the oxygen, and it's just
It's
nurturing
cooling.
the skin.
The peppermint is very cooling.
It sure is.
And I can feel it drawing a bit. So this, you know what? Honestly, the texture of these 2 creams, of the mask and the cream, are very similar. This obviously has other ingredients that are making it become a solid and giving it drawing properties. But the spreadability of it, they're very, very similar. And again, very rich. Both of these products are extremely rich. That immediately is going to be recognized by you when you try these products. And so, now, is this something also that your family created,
yes.
or is this something that you have done
Well,
by yourself?
I have really perfected the cream. This actually dates back to looking more like the original. And so
You don't mind.
It'll still be there. Wait till you see your hand.
Oh my God! Look at that! How smooth.
Actually, yes.
That's actually.
And you know, the other great thing about the mask, in that it is so unique, is you can strengthen the eye area as well. So you know how a lot of times you'll see people with a mask on,
Yes.
and they have to make sure that it doesn't get anywhere
around the
near
eyes,
the
right,
eyes
right.
or around the mouth.
Right.
No.
Because this does not appear to be that way. But I have to tell you, it seems as though it's resurfaced my skin. It really has pulled away the superficial cuticle layer of skin there, and it's very, very smooth. It's not.
It's not dry.
No, it's not dry at all, and
Exactly.
the surface is beautiful. This is excellent. This really is. This is really excellent. You know, so many of the people that come on the show, you know, they all have excellent products, you know, but they're all unique. They're all different in their excellentness, if I can say that. And this one, now I haven't seen a mask yet. I've seen a couple, but I haven't really tried the masks. But I'm going to try this mask because this seems so incredibly different. Now it's not dry, but it's like squeaky clean. It's squeaky clean, you know? That's really terrific. Now, okay, now, let's say that you're going to give a facial. You're a makeup artist, and you want to prepare your actor or your actress. I think they're all called actors these days. You want to prepare your actor prior to makeup application. Tell me exactly how, is there something that you prefer to be done to the skin prior to the application of the cream? Do you use hot towels to open, to dilate the pores? Do you use any form of witch hazel or an astringent or a toner of any kind prior to the use of the cream? What steps do you take? And I know that you're going to do a demo for us.
Yes.
All right, so we'll probably be seeing all of this, but verbalize it to me now, because we have an audience out there that actually sit there and take notes and write all this stuff down, and rightly so, because this is an educational channel. All of the information concerning Helen is going to be found on a card at the end of the show. But what we have, which is new, in case you have not yet discovered it, is that if you click on standard definition, which is the icon at the upper left of the screen, right under MUATV High Def, Standard Def, you click on that, and you're actually going to be able to fast forward and rewind through the programming. So if there's something that you've missed, you can fast forward or rewind, and when you get to Helen's card, where you see her name, her info, and all her information as to how to get in touch with her, you can actually stop it at that point or rewind so that you're able to jot it all down. So there, I just wanted to let everybody know that they can do that. Now, let's talk about the actual process, the process of doing a facial or preparing the skin prior to makeup application. How would you do this? If I hired you to come into the studio here to prep one of our actresses' faces prior to makeup application, what would you do?
Well, I was saying that this is a tremendous at-home product line. So really, I would say that they would do their mask probably at home when they went home that night, because they'd want to nourish their skin after a long day under makeup. But when they came here, I would definitely recommend and I'm a firm believer in using natural products. I would say use a witch hazel. And I brought some along just in case we didn't have any here. But use a witch hazel and spray that on. And then once that absorbs, use your cream. Again, a little goes a long way. But really get it up around your eye area and use it as your day and night cream. And you'll just find, like I was saying before, when we were doing my makeup, it just gives you such a great palette to work with.
Now, what about a cleanser? Say prior to the application of the witch hazel, let's say, to tone the skin, which would be applied prior to the application of your cream, what do you recommend as a cleanser?
You can use Cetaphil, which I just love, but one of the other things, and it is in my book, as far as skincare goes, I have several different sort of applications as to how I go about preparing skin. And what you would do is with your Cetaphil, just take some baking soda and use that baking soda all over your face as just a light granular exfoliant. And the pH balance between your skin and the baking soda is just the most natural cleanser you can possibly use on your skin.
That's terrific. I like that.
And then you're going to go ahead and tone again with the witch hazel, and then apply the cream. And what I love about the makeup application over the cream is I have a natural 6 SPF in my formulation. But we know living down here in Orlando or even on the West Coast, when I'm there, I still need a lot
Yes.
more skin, a lot more sunscreen. The makeup is just perfect because this feeds your skin nutrients,
Yes.
and the makeup is your shield
Yes.
against the
Yes.
elements.
Yes. Yeah, the titanium dioxide in the foundation itself acts as a sunblock. And-
It's perfect.
But I love the way that this cream is giving the foundation a glow. It's really beautiful, and I know that the makeup artists are going to love trying this. This is all really fantastic, but there's something that I really want to know about, because you've mentioned it a couple times, but we haven't discussed it. Your book. When does your book come out? When can our audience purchase your book?
Well, fourth quarter of '09, it'll be out. So.
Okay, so toward the end of 2009. Now, the book will be dealing with all phases of skincare using these two products, or are you adding more products to the line?
Oh, there are more products that are coming, but I really wanted to emphasize how uncomplicated skincare really
Absolutely.
can be.
I agree, completely, I agree. As a makeup artist, and coming from the old school, we kind of always looked at skincare as like aesthetic. It existed, but it didn't really exist. It was kind of like a marketing kind of thing. And over the years, obviously, we've learned that the skin is not a barrier, that the skin does absorb. And a lot of our beliefs have since then fallen by the wayside. But still, it doesn't have to be overly complicated. It's not brain surgery, it's skincare. And what I really like about what you've done here is that you've really kind of boiled it down to two products that will produce very beautiful results. And so in this book, you use these two products, and you discuss skin cleansing procedures. And so tell us a little more of what we can expect from the book.
The book is really, I want people to maintain good health and vitality, and we're timeless.
Yes, yes.
And so the book really does touch on the physical, the emotional, as well as the spiritual
Yes.
body.
So it's more than skincare.
Yes, it sure is, because we are holistic beings.
Yes.
We are whole.
Nutrition.
It's
very important.
Absolutely.
Exercise.
Exactly. Self-awareness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meditation is such an important part as well.
So tell me about nutrition.
Well, I approach nutrition a little bit differently, in as much as, what are our organs doing? Mm-hmm. It just seems like we always, there's always the diet book.
Yes.
That's the latest, and all of that is wonderful. But truth is, how do we maintain a regenerative, healthy body?
Yes.
And that's the approach I take to nutrition.
Yes.
So it's it's the good health of your food, whether it's eating the right proportion of raw food, whether it's what types of vitamins and minerals.
Yes.
Without over supplementation.
Yes.
Get it from your food.
Absolutely,
when you
I
can.
agree completely. You know what I've found lately is that I followed Dr. Sheldon. Are you familiar
yeah,
with Sheldon's
sure.
hygienic lifestyle? I don't know if you lifestyle people out there, you should be familiar with. I think it's Herbert. It was Herbert Sheldon, who was kind of like a Kellogg. He had this place in Arizona, I believe, and he wrote umpteen books and pamphlets on nutrition and how to live properly. He has one book. It must be this thick, huge book, like a Bible of life, of how to live and how to eat and how to breathe and how to walk and how to, you name it. It's in the book. And and tell me if this is somewhat what you're condoning, and that is that he believed that you had to separate all of your food groups, that you should not ever combine protein with carb, that if you eat carbs alone, but you can eat carbs with vegetables, you can eat protein with vegetables, fruit, depending on the type of fruit that it is. If it's an oil-based fruit or a water-based fruit, it has to be separated. You can't eat a water-based fruit and like a peach and a banana shouldn't be eaten together because one is oil-based, the other is water-based. So they conflict. You shouldn't drink water for 2 hours before you eat or for an hour before you eat because it dilutes the digestive enzymes. You shouldn't drink water after you eat. You shouldn't drink water at all while you're eating. I mean, these were some really revolutionary ideas that I followed for about 25 years when I was younger. And I think that the only reason I'm still walking, having been through the Hollywood lifestyle, and I'm still here sitting in front of you and able to address our 5,000 or 4,000 people out there, is the fact that when I was young, I really took this kind of eating very, very seriously. I can remember inviting friends over to the house, making these huge salads, and they'd be looking at me like, what is this guy all about, and then, fish and whatnot, boiling fish rather than frying the fish in oils and all that. So is your book going to somewhat touch on this kind of understanding of food and nutrition?
Well, I grew up, and no, I couldn't drink with my meals. So yes, that and...
No, we don't mean alcohol.
No. No.
A little wine never hurt anyone, right?
Absolutely. But you're so right. There's, it's all of that natural processing that your body does. That's just my philosophy always, and whether we're talking about exercise or whether we're talking about the nutrition or the skincare, regardless of the self-awareness, is just get out of your own way.
Right, exactly.
Just let your body flow with nature.
And you have to be in tune. You have to be in tune with your body. You have to understand your body. There's so many people that place themselves in really precarious positions health-wise and exercise-wise, I have to say, because they don't understand their body mechanism. Running on a solid cement surface, no matter how soft your shoes may be, is going to have repercussions on your knees, your hips, your feet. So I mean, there's a lot to be considered, and you're saying awareness of the body and being in tune with it is absolutely a must for longevity, I think, and I can't wait to read your book.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So we have to wait all the way to the end of 2009 for this?
Well, my publisher tells you do.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll wait then, won't we? So what we're going to do is, now you're definitely going to come back and visit us whenever the book is ready. And if you could send me a copy of the book prior to its being put on sale, I would like to introduce it to our audience. And if you would like, we can promo the book or even sell the book through MUA TV if you like. So, and I know that my viewers would like that very much, would you not? All right, so how's that? Does that sound like it might be a plan?
It's a plan.
That's a plan.
I'll be back.
We're gonna, okay, terrific. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to tell you how much I have enjoyed, and I want to tell you how much I've enjoyed having you here as a guest today. And I love your ideas and your concept of beauty and nutrition and self-awareness. I agree with everything that you've said, and I wish you a great deal of good fortune in everything that you do in the future with your products and with your book. And you definitely must come back, and we will do this again when the book comes out. So Helen, thank you.
Thank you.
You're a doll, an absolute doll. Ladies and gentlemen, Helen Noble, all right? And the product, Bella Crema, all right? Don't you go away. We have a lot more makeup, hair, and skincare programming in store for you right after this.